Trial by Podcast. We took a little intermission there in the gap between episodes 6 and 7, given 6 to
Oh,
nearly
that'll
an
be
hour.
it.
Hey, is that really necessary?
Hey,
No. Well,
It's a
no,
whole new
but shut up.
episode.
Then they're not gonna know. So we're like, you are.
No, that's,
Yeah.
the next episode, the last episode did end on a very...
You threw it out the
cliffhanger.
window.
little...
You threw it out the window.
Yeah, we
Okay,
didn't
let's
even
just
give
let's
Didn't
just do
give
this
a-
again.
No, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to include
That is a
this little
glorious
banter.
picture, Devin.
Hello.
Anyway, so episode 7. I'll let Devon is now here. So
I'm
Devon,
back.
Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
take it away with your beautiful
Part 2, the last
synopsis.
unicorn.
Yeah. I had to relieve myself from the horrible discussion that I knew would come from the end of episode 6. So
Great.
we're gonna try to do a little comedy bit here. This is basically all
I tried to do it
Phil's.
last week. It didn't.
It's basically all Phil's work. He did a damn fine job of her, so I didn't have to change much this time around. Thorne respectfully tells Jon he's a fucking imbecile, and he's probably gonna get betrayed and die. Blind old man feels up baby boy. Theon, help me, you're my only hope. Egg, I dreamed that I was old, and Tarly has no goddamn friends. Sansa didn't give a fuck, and Theon failed the city. Stannis Baratheon keeps fucking going. Stannis wants more sex. Mel's like, no, kill your kid. More rape, but this time with Ghost Ex Machina. There's sex, but no fat pink mast, and that's kind of disappointing. Dwarf Cock beats the shit out of Slaver number 5. Dario and Dany have retarded pillow talk. Mrs. James Bond and Swan chat about how being old sucks, Viva la Revolution, and famine's probably going to be pretty fun. Cersei's redeeming quality comes forward once more. Oh, Uncle, you had more hair when I last saw you. You also had more hands. We learn once and for all that tits are both the poison and cure to the Dornish storyline. Olenna tells Baelish that he needs to fuck off in the fuck shack. My name's Jorah Mormont, husband to multiple bitch wives, pedo of a 14-year-old queen, and I will have my friend zone. The bitch fight escalates to throwing stew. Sex is bad, okay? Especially incest, okay? You're going to jail, okay? And that's about that. That's that episode.
That's scene by scene synopsis.
Yeah,
Really
that's it.
quickly, I just noticed what it says, but while he was reading the whole time, I was trying to figure out what wardable sex was, and then I realized that it was war table.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
Wardable.
does
Okay,
Mel
I gotta be
have
honest.
warts?
I
War
thought it said.
turtle.
I thought it said
War
wardable.
turtle.
I thought it said wardable too, and that's why I skipped it. But it says war table. It says war table, which makes so much more sense. I thought Phil was saying Melisandre gets around. That's what I thought he was saying.
At least it wasn't only me.
Good for that.
All right.
Right. So,
But warts in it?
let's start at the wall because the wall's fun.
From the window to the wall.
I think we made that joke 3 weeks in a row now.
Oh. Yeah.
So we get Thorne's like.
That to me
quite
has been
interesting
20%
character-
centrist.
Shut the fuck up, Tim. We get Thorne's like quite interesting character development at the end of season 4, with his whole little speech to Jon on top of the wall, where he's like, being in command's really hard. Like you have to see things by the numbers, and sometimes you have to be a complete cunt. And then they take all that kind of cool character development and throw it out the window by making Thorne this one-dimensional bad teacher guy again, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. So, other thoughts?
I kind of thought the opposite almost. Like, I can kind of see what you're talking
reverse.
about. Like, I thought it was the reverse. I thought that, like, he was like, even though you're my commander, I gotta tell you that you're a fucking idiot. And then Jon was kind of like, I appreciate the honesty. I don't know, I kind of liked that little.
I did too.
The
I like
banter.
that.
I like the way it was done, I just don't like what they did. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it made sense, like, that he would be honest about it, like, because he's never been not been honest about him not liking Jon. So now that like he's in a position, but like it's good that like, he's kept that honesty and isn't a sucker. Like you don't want fucking sycophants in your like fucking group of leaders.
Yeah.
For the
Like,
show's
standing so
direction,
fucked up.
for the show's direction of the way they're doing the wall and trying to get John getting the wildlings there, it makes sense. I guess it's all right for that direction. So it's really not much they really had to go off of with doing that. So
I'm going to mention this now, even though like probs up later. The fact that Jon doesn't take Ghost with him, north of the wall, makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I questioned that as well. I just assumed that he went with him until that scene later.
I honestly forgot about Ghost. Like,
well, so did the show, apparently.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about him until he showed back up. I just assumed that he wasn't going to be in this season. The only justification I can give for it would be that Jon purposely left him
To protect Sam.
Sam and
Gilly.
And that's not really much reason to leave your direwolf that's pretty much saved your ass time and time again.
Yep.
Especially at this time, he's...
Tommen's member. That should be enough.
Well, are they trying to get a reason for Ghost not to be there so they can kill Jon?
I thought that's just going to probably
But
happen
Ghost-
when he
Surely
gets back.
Jon will be. Jon does die, or he'll die at Castle Black.
Oh, we
And
don't
Ghost
we don't know. I don't know. He's
I don't
not
think
supposed
Jon is going to be
he's not
killed,
supposed to go there anyway. So, but
The thing about Ghost,
Jamie's
though,
not supposed
is...
to go to Dawn. Sansa not
Yeah.
supposed to go with them.
I know
Everything
exactly.
else.
That's why I'm saying you can't say him being at Castle Black is like surefire thing.
Yeah, but the thing about Ghost is that he's kind of the most independent of the direwolves. Like, he'll go off for, like, weeks at a time to go hunting, and, like, Jon won't see him. And I assume that's where Ghost was when he got stabbed in the books.
No, he locked him. He
locked
locked him in
him
the
up.
other room.
Yeah.
Because he had to go
Oh,
see
did he?
Melisandre.
Okay.
Fight with the bull.
They made a point of it.
Is that what happened?
Separating.
Yeah,
he
so
got
there's-
into a fight.
Okay.
There's a warg, or not a warg, a skin changer, who I say.
Warg.
Or-
A
Send
wog.
out your
A wog.
right.
Are you a wooker, an orc, or like what are you doing? Wog?
Would you
No,
like
something
some
like
tea
that.
with your wog?
Alright,
I don't think
accent
we're allowed to
later.
say that word anymore. I think it's politically incorrect.
Wog?
What's a wog?
Wog.
Ward.
Wog?
What's
Warg?
a warg? Oh, is that
I'm not going to
is
get
that a
into
person
it.
of colour? I don't know.
I have never heard of
Oh,
this.
yeah, because gollywogs.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
I remember that.
We're not getting
Gollywogs.
into this.
Oh.
Sorry,
I've never
yeah,
heard of that
That's
before.
quite a racist thing that happened a long time ago.
In England?
Mm.
Yeah.
Alright, I never heard of it.
Yeah, you lucky people
Lucky
I've
people.
never heard of it either.
who didn't have all that racism in their history. Anyway,
Canada's pretty good about it.
country I can't expect to be pretty chill about it, to be honest.
Continuing on.
Continuing on.
Moving
this
on from the
that's-
slavery.
tiptoey topic. Yeah, Ghost is.
Chapter 3, right?
There's a boar which is like the skin changer's pet, and Ghost keeps fighting with it. So it sounds like, all right,
Can't
get,
kill
get in the
the pet.
cage.
Get in the cage. And then when one goes ham, ain't got no ghost to save him.
Yeah, precisely.
1-1.
1-1, whatever. Go cry about it.
1-1 Wardeg 1.
You sound like a ape. I guess.
1-1 Wardeg 1. This is hey, it's fucking
I
hey.
know it's his name, but you sound like a damn wooker.
You sound like
All right.
Alright, what's the next scene? We've done our speculations.
Blind old man fills up babies.
Oh, they actually did the quote, so I'm pretty happy.
well, Eric, I dreamed I was old.
Yeah, I dreamed that I was old.
Yeah.
Even though they cut out everything remotely interesting about Sam's storyline.
What is that in the background?
Why have we got cats in the background?
Is that Malcolm's fault or Danzy's?
And easy listening. No, it's not me.
Oh,
What?
Although I was making cat noises earlier.
oh I don't think that was her that time.
No.
Anyway,
My cat
no,
noises
they-
aren't that authentic.
Even though they cut out the cool trip to the free cities and stuff where Sam runs into Arya and all that cool stuff. They did Aemon's death. I'm starting to wonder if they're even going to send Sam to become a maester, but one can hope.
So what will they do now that there's no leads? He's not even began any kind of attempt to go become a maester. They don't have anything.
Yeah, no, they've got nothing. I have no idea what they're going to do right now.
I guess Sam would just have to fill in without a chain.
Yeah, just free ball it. Anybody else have any thoughts?
No, I generally thought the aiming scene was very well done.
Yes.
Wasn't quite as feelsy as the book scenes, but
Well, there was more setup.
yeah, it lacked the setup the book had.
In the book, it was like there was a few chapters where it's like you could tell that Aemon was dying.
Yeah,
But-
and it's like they only talked about it for like 3 seconds last episode, and then it was like he's dying.
Yeah. I don't know. I've noticed a lot of
He's
people, especially in the admins without banners page, talking about how I guess they got their, all the feels from this episode.
Okay.
It didn't really. I
I
don't know.
felt-
It didn't really do it for me.
I'm gonna be honest. Like
it
I
kinda
heard,
just happened.
I saw some people say that this was the worst episode they'd seen ever, and then I've heard people say that this was like the best episode of the season. And personally, I just felt it was pretty like a 5 out of 10. Like it's just
Yeah.
in this
Right
in
in the middle. Yeah.
I think it was the
Yeah.
best episode of the season.
I was specifically
But
referencing
maybe it's because
though,
it actually,
Aemon.
a lot of it followed the books, and it didn't.
I was
Just,
pretty
there was
down
nothing.
a lot of it. Like,
Yeah, I just wasn't engaged really.
I think I just wanted to see it slow down a bit. Like, it felt like it I don't know, it should have been like, it felt like half a scene, I guess, Aemon's death.
Yeah,
yeah,
I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah. I was
Um,
distracted by other things for my opinions on this episode, but we won't talk about it. But
Okay.
Aemon in general, I just didn't feel that I was as sold on it, I guess, as some other people were posting and saying. How, their feels that they had from it. Just that
Yeah.
scene in particular, I was like, I don't see it.
I don't know. It's
It was
also
a good
weird.
scene,
Like
but
it's hard to compare though as well because like we already knew it was going to happen. We've already had that in the book.
yeah.
But I don't know. Like then I go and I think about how I still felt really shocked with the Oberyn scene last season, even though I knew it was happening, even though I'd already read about it.
Well, I
Last
mean,
season.
the red wedding scene.
The Red Wedding was still, even though I knew it was coming.
Yeah, even though I knew it was happening, it still gave me like quite
Yeah.
an emotive response.
In the show,
Like, sure.
and then with Oberyn, both of those, the show still had that shock factor, I guess, of everything.
Well, it wasn't
See,
about
Even-
with the red wedding. It wasn't about the shock factor. It just because of like seeing like main characters. It was because it doesn't really have the shock factor when you know it's going to happen.
It's the gut punch of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. But then like, well, because it's someone dying of old age, you can't really have much of a.
Tim, stop typing. Sorry.
I'm not typing.
That was me, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I thought sorry.
Tim,
My
Tim was a
apologies
culprit a couple
to-
of weeks back, so I just
Sorry.
assumed it was him.
That was my fault, everyone, I apologize. I just wanted to look up who wrote the episode. Does anyone remember?
This is in
Okay.
D&D.
No.
It was D&D for this one.
Was it?
It wasn't Dave Hill. It wasn't Goldman.
Yes, it was.
What else happened at the wall?
Oh no, well, yeah, as I was saying, like when a character dies of old age, you can't really have it's a gut punching because it's kind of expected they will die of old age.
yeah.
You can still make it like emotional, like though, like what do you say? With I mean, like with Yoda's death in Return of the Jedi, like, stuff like that. Like with a death of like old age, you can't make it emotional. And although
It's more of a
it was-
happy feels as opposed to the really sad feels that you get as a character's life is cut short.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a because most
it
feels
is
in real
sad.
life-
Though. It is still kind
It's sad, but it's a sad in a kind of in a more positive way. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
in,
that makes-
in real life, if you lose someone in real life through natural causes, I'm old age more specifically. Yes, you're sad that they're gone, but at the same time, it's a celebration of their life as opposed to think about how much potential was cut short.
yeah.
That's
Versus
how I see it.
having your
Well,
eyes gouged out and your
Yeah, I mean,
teeth
that's
knocked
exactly
out.
it. Compared to all the crazy ways that people have died in this series, like, you can't really make dying of natural causes that exciting. It's just not.
No.
And the thing
Well,
is,
I
there's only two characters in the series that die of natural causes, to my memory.
Hospitality.
Hoster
Hoster Tully and Aemon Targaryen, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it depends what we call natural causes, I suppose.
Well, like old age, I think. Or-
Old
Is it
age
just
or
old age?
disease or yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what about those who died in childbirth? Like, is childbirth a natural cause?
I guess so. Okay, all right. We can call that natural. Yeah.
So then you have Joanna Lannister. And, oh, what was Aerys' wife's name? I've forgotten.
Joanne.
I guess
Wayne?
I just mean like not by means of another person, like not
Rael.
poisoned, not murdered, not
Rael
yeah.
Targaryen, that's who it was. And
Um,
theoretically, Lyanna Stark.
Or did
Um,
she? Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. And the last wall scene is the Gilly scene with the two
Well,
nice
Were we gonna talk really quickly on Alistair Thorne's comment,
Which one?
Oh, what? He just says,
where he
"Carly,
kind of
you
mentions
have no friends anymore."
Well, it's
Like that
true.
one? I mean,
It's not
true.
like a threat.
Yeah. It was like a... It was a warning more than anything else. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, just just seemed to reverse the development that they had been kind of given Thorne, in my opinion.
it's this...
Which we talked about it, off the recording, but I just felt that needed to be brought up.
I mean...
I can't
why
take-
they-
The word reverse seriously anymore.
Why they've completely doubled back on their...
It's just another example.
They gave him more depth in the Battle at the Wall episode. I don't know why they're taking it away. Just in favour of this one.
I don't think they took it away with that comment. Honestly,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so
I
either.
feel like the way he's been portrayed this season so far is just taking away those dimensions.
well, no, it's because
that made him
it
more
didn't.
interesting in the show.
It's no, but like he was more interesting in the show. He didn't go full on like pro John good guy. That's not.
what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to do. But
He,
like,
he's still like
Here's
Uh,
the thing, right?
Skeptical asshole.
He's a dick, and he thought he was gonna die. And when you're like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you think you're gonna die, typically you're just gonna like try to do like be a decent fucking person to somebody.
Sometimes, or you could just say, "Fuck you, pig."
Pig.
I mean, like
take
what,
that,
what I
Malcolm.
what I took from this character written in the show, and because he is a more interesting character in the show, is that like he's still a dick, but like he does it because he has. He
It's
does
not.
it
It's not
because
gonna be a magical transformation. Like
he
one
does.
little
He
bit of
does
humanity.
legitimately care about the watch, and that's why he's a bit like because he's like if the watch is too weak, then they won't survive. And so because he sees Sam as like a weak link,
Survive.
yes.
so it makes perfect sense. Like I don't think they've regressed his character development. Cool.
Fair enough.
I see where you're coming from. I don't agree, but I see where you're coming from. Do you want to go to the Gilly and Sam scene where they encounter the Night's Watch rapists, or would-be rapists, I suppose.
Probably were.
They probably were something equally like
Well, you know,
sullied.
they were gonna rape her, and Sam's fat and weak, and they beat the fuck out of him.
I was really disappointed that Sam didn't get up and just like
Yeah,
when he gets up and Ghost comes in. I was disappointed he didn't just get up and batter them into the wall.
And I was
Yeah.
like, why didn't
No,
you just,
no. He's a lover, not a
go up
fighter.
like behind him and just give him the
No,
old
but like
Jimmy Jim?
um,
He's a faggot.
remember Feast the Crows when Darren
I'm
is it
kidding.
Darren or Darian? I don't know how you say it.
Darian, yeah, and then Arya kills him.
Darian like insults Aemon and Sam like beats the shit out of him. I was hoping that was going to happen here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree. I'm with Philip, where I just kind of felt that it was slightly disappointing in the fact that he pretty much got his ass kicked, even though he was trying to defend her. And then, like, he stands up, and there's really nothing left in him. And I was kind of just hoping that he would really just take the stage, and
Like just like the fact when Ghost comes in, they run away. It's just like
which it was still
it's,
neat, but I was kind of hoping if Ghost had to come in, he could have at least mauled the people to death. I wanted to see blood, more than just Sam's.
I was hoping they were going to go down the route of like what he did to Darian and like just beat the shit out of her.
But I guess that would have just caused more conflict if Sam actually really would have killed him. I don't think it would have been a good justification. I was like, well, they were trying to rape her, so I cut their throats.
Well, it's still a crime. Rape is still a crime. Like, even if
But
you're
then
on the watch.
More just looking at the fact that he has no friends.
I mean, he
And then it would be
probably
his word versus two dead guys that can't speak for themselves.
But people know who Sam is. Like,
Sam the
they
slave.
know he wouldn't just randomly murder Watchmen and his brothers for no reason at all.
He could have gotten jealous.
But, no.
Just saying. Anyways.
Any other thoughts, anyone?
Oh yeah, it was shit.
Ghost shouldn't have been there. At all.
Ghost shouldn't have been there.
Arya should have killed Darion. Didn't happen. Where are the boots at? Give me the boots. These are nice boots. That's it. It wasn't. That's it. Apparently, my biggest problem with the whole thing, anything involving Sam that makes me want to kill myself, whenever he's on screen, it's that he's not in Bravos and like going to Old Town and like meeting Arya.
Yeah.
The disappointing thing for me was there's no fat pink mask.
No mask. No fat pink mask. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
They're still at the.
They had the
they're
sex.
still at the-
the
Did
right
you actually
scene.
want? Did you actually
There
want to see that being last on screen?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not entirely sure if I'd want to see it on screen.
And you know what
but
though?
Just, like, it would have been like hilarious to see that vision I had in my head come to the real screen.
Well, he's not. He's not complaining. He's not complaining about the lack of lactating. That happened. Don't forget that.
I forgot that.
Does John Bradley? I can't believe I'm even discussing this. Does John Bradley even have a fat big glass?
Don't know. But CGI.
CGI. Yeah, they put
So,
Hodor's dick on screen. That's the only dick we've seen.
You want a CGI penis? Just
They have
No,
prosthetics.
we've
They've done
seen
it
more.
before.
We've seen the guy that tried to poison Daenerys.
So his dick?
And
Yeah.
Theon. In an early, Theon was in
we
season
did.
1, yeah.
Season 1 or 2?
It was season 1.
Yeah.
Seeing less dicks now.
He was fucking Osha, wasn't he?
No, it was Roz.
It was Roz, yeah. Before she left.
Well, you know
Nah,
who? We also saw Hodor's big old dick.
Big.
Big swinging dick.
Yeah, it was just fucking waving around. Like a
Okay,
fucking.
They would have showed Tormund's, but it wouldn't have been able to fit on
Yeah, it wouldn't have
screen.
been
Yeah.
on screen.
They would just like zoom out and it would just been like an aerial shot of Westeros with just this line that we know is Tormund's penis.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you guys.
It's canon. His penis is
We
massive.
talk about
Okay.
all the dicks and
To get off of that, I kind of felt the scene was a little awkward. And I guess it's meant to be, but it just seeing it was kind of like, okay, with Sam and Gilly.
Yeah,
At least it was some
I
consensual sex.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's
He
another
was-
problem. She was just about. She almost got raped, and she's like, "All right, let's have sex."
Yeah,
You know what? I would
it-
argue with that if she had just met him, but I think that their romance has been growing for quite a while. Like, I would say even since season 2.
Some might say it's been.
I mean, she named her kid after him. Come on.
Yeah.
They're obviously
Well,
had
some
feelings for
very
each
simple.
other already.
It just took like that moment of like
To me,
the rush and
feelings for
intensity that
centuries.
unlocked those emotions.
they've had
Yeah.
those intense emotions for centuries.
Devon, shut the fuck up about.
So he hasn't even
Being
watched
dead.
it now.
I know, which is infuriating.
Those
Um,
centuries.
Think about what happens after he watches it. Like,
I know.
It's gonna,
It's
be
gonna
worse.
increase.
Right.
It's either
okay, so
gonna
let's
it's either
move
gonna
on to
satiate me or
Winterfell.
it's gonna be way worse.
Let's get to Winterfell because I like a good bit of controversy here. So, Sansa and Theon.
Why couldn't?
Let's
Why
see.
didn't winter come this year? Because winter fell.
Such a bad joke.
Why are you fucking laughing?
So bad.
I like the slow clap from Danzy. Thank you. Alright, moving on. Fucking just go. Put me down for that one. Alright, let's go. Hey, Winterfell, Sansa, Theon, good times.
Not really.
We're a happy
Not
family. We're a happy
Really.
family.
No, not really. So yeah, I thought it was a good scene. Like, it was well acted and like it made sense.
Alfie Allen will never get recognized for his talents.
Basically, yeah.
Because he doesn't play a character people like.
And what I said about like, in the end of last episode, which was only like an hour, like fucking 20 minutes ago. But
Break the illusion. Can.
I'm breaking the illusion. They have fucked up Sansa's character development completely.
Yep.
She just
They've done that
she
with a lot of
went
characters.
full victim in the scene, like that she like depended upon Theon.
How about Theon Greyjoy? My only hope.
Yeah.
And then it made no sense, like later when she has the scene with fucking Ramsay, and then she like talks to him as if nothing happened, as if like has been raping her for centuries.
Tim. No.
And then yeah, and then,
Raping her
and then-
for centuries.
and
I
then,
thought I heard him mumble it, and it was just
just,
and then look,
no.
fucking let me finish my train of thought.
yeah. I guess we can.
And then she's like goes and calls him like oh like but you don't have a claim to the North because you're a bastard, which
Yep.
seems really out of character for her because she's supposed to be like smarter than that.
Yeah, but it was a pretty sick ice burn, though.
Yeah, but
like,
for Ramsay's character, he should have like beat the ever-loving fuck out of her right in the spot.
But I think that this conversation should have happened before the rape, like maybe when they were at dinner the other night.
What? So when there was still a power play involved, and not just
Yeah.
I can see that being more effective. I mean, the way I kind of saw it was the fact that she's just been broken. Like, she just doesn't care
like, yeah,
anymore.
the shit.
She just doesn't give a shit, and just so will
The-
just lay it into Ramsay because she knows that he's gonna do it anyway. So might as well get her own shots in while she can.
Hmm.
That's the way I saw it. But
I don't know. It seemed to me.
Well, I think that at that moment she thought that she had the
Oh,
upper
alright.
hand because she had told Theon about the candle, and she thought that, oh, she's gonna get rescued any minute now, so she can lay those shots in, you know?
Yeah, well, Jane it rhymes with pain.
I don't know. Because I don't think she'd be like hinging like so heavily on her being rescued. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well then, fucking Grandma Savior gets fucking
I must say.
filleted.
that was like, Theon, you failed this fucking city.
Theon, you failed this city.
Jesus fucking Christ! It doesn't like Theon. This is all backwards character development 101. This episode, like,
Yeah, it's everybody took a really, really big step backwards.
yeah.
Well,
agreed.
Sansa was because of the whole end of last
Well,
episode.
Sansa's
but, like,
the whole arc is devolved.
Been dead for
character.
centuries.
yeah, it's regressed. Like she's. I'm not even gonna say. I already said it last episode. So there's no point saying it again. What was it saying? But yeah, with Theon, like, there's no point like where there's no like rescue plot beforehand, for the washerwoman, and like he doesn't fess up on the washerwoman until Ramsay. So, like having him do it here, like it just when he's supposed to be developing his character, it just I don't know, it didn't gel well with me.
Well, there's supposed
Yeah.
to be like an internal struggle with him, just like he wants to leave and like he's afraid of Ramsay, but he wants to leave and he's keeping it to himself.
It would have been more effective if they just had Theon like get rid of the candle at that point instead of like him either like lighting it or telling Ramsay just like because he's still struggling, just like have him get rid of the candle.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we put it there and like have a scene where he puts it down and he's like got the match and he's like holding it next to it and he just like and it's like his hands start shaking and it's just like
Yeah, but
Just
instead we
develop
have
it a bit more.
instead we have omnipotent God Ramsay that hears and sees all.
Mm-hmm. Our Lord and
That's-
Savior,
that's
Ramsay
how,
Bolton.
that's how Theon thinks, though. He does believe Ramsay to be, like, that Ramsay will find out if he's, like,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't know, at that point, Theon should be kind of, like,
Beginning to
developing
break
that.
free.
Yeah. So
I kind of missed this, but was Theon going to the top of the tower and Ramsay was waiting there, or did you just go straight to Ramsay, like in his
That's-
he went straight
Oh
to
wait, it appeared in the show that he went in, he was going to the top of the tower, and then there was Ramsay already waiting. But I believe the way it was actually meant was that he went just straight to Ramsay.
He went straight to Ramsay.
Okay.
It was shot to, like, be a kind
Distract
of
and confuse and trick
Yeah.
the watcher. Did anyone catch Brienne sitting there? You know, staring
Yeah,
up
maybe I
at
want to
them?
kill myself. I saw her.
I like the idea that she just stands outside all day looking at this
All day.
tower.
Literally, like once she
Steve.
came on screen, literally out loud, I was like, "Brienne, go home."
I didn't get it. How
What are
is
you
one candle, like,
Gonna fucking be
is
seen.
one candle even that? Yeah. Is
Oh
one-
man, and then she forgot to put her glasses on that morning, and then she didn't see it.
like imagine they do a whole fucking Lord of the Rings, just light the beacon and just.
Times just
Was
like-
there some kind
And then
of
the
other
riders of
conversation?
Rohan come riding into Winterfell.
I might have missed it, just being distracted or not remembering or paying attention. But was there a previous conversation about that damn candle?
Yes, the old woman savior person says like, oh, if you ever need help, light a candle and put it. in
Oh
the
yeah, because
broken
everyone that Brienne meets knows someone in Winterfell, and there was that scene where she's like, "Yeah, you know, you random chap, you know people in Winterfell, right?"
Why, yes I do, ma'am.
And basically that.
Fair enough. I assumed
I know
that there was
every-
some point in that, and I just kind of missed the conversation, so I just wanted to clarify and double check that. I haven't been given several shits about this season, so
Yeah, Grandma Savior came in at one point. I was like,
you have friends. I remember her. I just didn't listen to what she had to say. I didn't give two shits what her bitch mouth had coming out of it.
And then we cooked her up with Federer people.
instead
I
of
am
Frey
happy she died,
pies,
though.
instead of Frey pies, we got Grandma Savior fries. I said fries. My pies.
Mm-mm.
I didn't
Good
say-
eating.
I didn't even say pies. I mixed Frey and pies together and made fries. That's where fries came from.
I
Spoiler.
want some fries.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd eat the ones that Ramsay cooked, but
Would you eat Ramsay sausage?
yes.
Actually, it's Theon sausage, technically.
It's pork sausage.
It's pork sausage.
Sausage. Yeah, that scene. That was
I still have the gif of that. So
I do,
where
actually.
he wiggles.
He's still sitting on my computer.
Have you seen the 10-hour version loop of Ramsay just wiggling the sausage on YouTube?
Jesus.
Is it just me, or honestly, that scene wouldn't? I just kind of feel that Ramsay would have filleted a few more people.
Just
You know, more than just her, just out of spite.
because he was feeling it.
Well, I think it was the only person who Sansa had a connection to left in Winterfell. So
I just see some random.
Anyone else.
I just see some random people getting filleted. I don't really see him being that
Precise.
controlled.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He's a little bit less. I don't know. I don't want to just repeat the same words over and over. He doesn't seem that controlled. Book
Tame.
Ramsay. Tame, yes.
Mhm.
I just
Not really.
realized something that I'm really ashamed of now. I should have said in my little synopsis at the beginning, Lancel Lannister is still fucking his family.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Alright, carry on.
Alright, so
I just
on
couldn't.
that note,
That's
can
pretty
we move
much
on
it.
to King's Landing?
It was a good scene, but for the fan fiction, they
Well,
did,
actually, well,
trying to.
where does Stannis come into this? Like, because he's not at the wall, and he's not a Winterfell.
We talked about it a little
We
bit.
haven't talked about Stannis.
All right. Well, let's briefly.
'Cause-
go
'cause
to
he's in the
Stannis,
north, we're
because
just talking-
it's literally one scene.
The wardable
Um,
sex.
Davos is right at the camp, going, "Well, this shit's a bit. This shit's a
Comes
bit
in, he
grim."
says, "Faggot, listen,
It's a bit
it's fucking,
nippy out.
it's a bit
Okay.
nippy outside. The lads are having a bit of banter, and they ran off.
and some of them are running away.
Who did he say ran off? It was the Stormcloaks, right?
No, he said the Stormcrows.
Stormcrows. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dario's...
What is it,
It's like he
Skyrim?
said stone crows, and I was like, what, aren't they a mountain clan?
Yeah, I thought I heard that too. I was like, what the
No, I had Stormcrows.
Stormcloaks. Aren't they in Skyrim?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes, that's why we corrected it to Stormcrows.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, yeah, Stormcloaks. All right, because that's what I heard. But yeah.
I can see it. That's the only thing with that
belongs
scene
to the
that really
Nords.
bothered me was the fact that Stannis was still trying to get some from Melisandre.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
then
this is
when
weird.
she brought up sacrificing Shireen or like
It's like-
performing a ritual on her, he's like, I don't care for that. Please leave.
Yeah, he
Like, he
didn't
just-
seem
he
like
just-
firm enough. Like,
No, I know.
He seemed to actually consider it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind
It's
of.
so out of
feel
character.
like
I didn't
he's-
see that, actually. I felt that, he was. I could actually see where he was like, get the fuck out.
I think what I saw was like because he said like he's been taking her advice for years. Like I saw like in his eyes like he just was like it was complete betrayal. And he was just completely thrown and just at a complete loss. That he's just realised that this woman doesn't necessarily have their views don't align, which up until this point he has like undoubtedly believed. And that's made him doubt absolutely everything he's done under her instruction. So he's just completely thrown, and so he's just get out. That's
Sure.
all he can do.
See, the
Sure,
trouble is,
Stannis really seems to be
What
a
you're-
lot more conflicting with Melisandre versus, at least what I recall in the books. I don't really see where he was doubting any of it in the books.
he did doubt it in the book, like, because he wasn't actually going to burn Edric, like, until like, all three of the fucking king. Well, even after that, like, he was still skeptical after all three kings died. What did I say?
Sorry.
And, yeah, Phil, there you might be giving D&D too much credit. I mean, like, it depends how Stannis plays out over the next couple of episodes when Shireen presumably does get burned. But you might be right. But yeah, I don't.
I hope I am, because it's better than.
Yeah, I've heard like if Stannis is okay with Shireen being burned when it happens,
Like,
then
fuck. No,
I
will flip
just fucking-
tables. I mean, this table is bolted to the floor, but I will flip it.
yeah, I will flip this chair I'm sitting on.
You're bolted to a heavy
If you
table.
flip a table that is
Bolt to the
bolted down,
floor.
you just send the world back in time.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going
Oh,
to
you
go
know,
full
it's
on
just like
Superman 1975.
and Jackie Chan Adventures. This is a great
What?
scene. This is great scene. This is great.
Ah, yes,
scene.
Jackie Chan Adventures, the holy text. Yes.
Hold on, this is a great scene. And Jackie says to his niece, he says, "You're tied down to a heavy table that is bolted to the floor." Because she was like, "I can fly away," and he's like, even if you could fly, and I'm not saying you can, you're tied to a heavy table bolted to the floor." That's how he says it. That's how he says it. I'm not even being racist. That's 100%. That's his delivery. And you know what, Phil? I think that if you had said that and Jackie Chan was there, he would have said, "Phil, that table's bolted to the floor."
Okay, so the possible implications of what various members of TVP do on this podcast
Well,
do not necessarily represent the views of any other members of the cast. Just want to clarify that before we go on.
What is said on Trialway Podcast does not necessarily reflect the views of those at Dancy Reviews.
Well,
Or
do
reverse
Donaloy, not all of Donaloy.
1/3 of Donald
1/3 of Donald Noy.
Make that 2/3.
They may reflect some of the views from the pages of myself. So
Yeah.
We don't need to list them. Moving on.
I'm not sure if Tim just said he agrees with me or disagrees with me.
Disagrees.
Oh.
Reverse.
Reverse.
Right, so let's move on to
Bolted tape.
Tyrion. Or do you want to do King's Landing? It's up to you guys. I'll give you the choice.
Tyrion? Go ahead and get Dany out of the way, all that good
The
stuff.
fuck are
Who's
you
playing
doing?
Ride of the Valkyries?
I was like, what the hell? Where's
It's
that?
okay, you can play it. It's not copyrighted. You can play it.
That's good.
Good, good. Alright, so we have Tyrion, and he batters the shit out of the slaver, which is...
Yeah,
fucking
where the hell did
brilliant.
that come from? What the hell?
It's like, I'm a brave warrior. Yank, beat him on the face, just repeatedly with a metal chain.
Well, he knew that the kid
Beautiful.
was a flaming faggot, so he knew he could beat him, and that he wasn't gonna get...
Whoa.
Alright, Danzy, you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I don't
Clarify.
And
mean...
you do not reflect my views, sir.
I don't reflect your views. He looked like a little cheeky old little bastard.
Like a pansy.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed they didn't have the
he didn't look
Is it-
homosexual. That's not one look, Danzy. You
I'm
know.
just disappointed
kinda
they
did,
didn't have the. Fucking,
Well, Malcolm, you're the profiler. That's your job. That's
Fair enough.
what he gets paid to do.
Kinda.
All right, carry on. This is a fucking shit show.
anyway,
We had a good podcast before you came on, Devin.
Yeah. We're in a good team. You kind of ruined it.
shall I
Yeah,
carry
continue
on?
on.
Tim just
What,
sits
yeah,
there
what
and
was
thinks
Tim
it.
saying?
No, I was disappointed I didn't have because in the auction for the slaves in the book, there's a bit where like one of the auctioneers like pisses everyone off in the auction by just saying like adding and one to each bet, which I always found it quite amusing, but yeah, they dropped that.
Yeah, they just
It's
kind of
just
did like a
spreading.
really a speed through of all of that.
I think they just wanted to show the bidding and shit.
Mm.
Like they wanted to show how like the slave works. It's just like good old America. Back in
Yeah. The way I picture it,
No, I
kind of
didn't
pictured like
understand
a
why
huge market,
they-
more or less, rather than just like that little shit stand that they had.
like...
Well, slavering is still outlawed, so I suppose.
Not in Essos.
No, no Nessos.
Yeah.
back-
They
Oh,
slave
yeah.
all over the place, man.
slaving for days. Slave
Yeah,
orgy.
Slaving for days.
Well, big old
They see
slorgy.
me slaving. They hate it.
little slorgy. A slave orgy.
What was I feel like
You buy them just to force them to fuck.
they unchained Jorah, but they left Tyrion chained. I didn't understand it.
Because Tyrion's a little bastard. They didn't want to harm the dwarf cock. They want to lose the goods.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know.
And then Big Haunch, fucking Wilson Fisk, came and let him go.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, what was that about?
Who the hell was
that
that guy?
Yeah, I suppose it.
It was Mort.
Well,
Don't know.
Was it? Oh my god,
Well,
that would be amazing.
why would Morch be?
paying back the debt. That's
Pay
right.
back the debt. Mort's Dario.
Wow.
Oh, we got you, D&D.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Wow.
We gotcha. Sean.
Anyway, does anyone else think that like entire scene was just ripped from Gladiator? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't see it until you mentioned it earlier and we were discussing it.
I don't know. Jorah was like, I'm too cool to kill people. Daenerys wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
so he just goes and batters them all in the face.
So he just fucking knocks everybody out. Like a bunch of cunts. He made them all look like a bunch of fucking wankers. Silly old lads with their banter.
just like the one guy just like swings, George just catches him and just batters him and knocks him to the floor,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
I saw him with a mace, so like he's gonna get his arm caught. He's not even gonna connect the swing. I knew it. I saw it coming. I
And
called it.
as for like the whole, I mean, which is important because it hasn't happened in the books yet. Tyrion and Daenerys meeting was.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm assuming like next episode we'll have kind of something about like like here the meeting was like kind of uneventful because it was just like, hi, I'm Tyrion.
And it's
And
like,
then there's
I brought you a
scene.
gift. Who the fuck's that? I'm Tyrion Lancaster. Tyrone Lancaster. What's up? My dad killed a lot of your family. How's it going?
yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic.
He's just
Yeah,
gonna end
well-
up in a cell next episode.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd be like,
the-
he's one of the usurpers'
is
dogs.
it spoilers? Is it spoilers if we talk about like promo photos that have been not promo photos, set photos that have been out for ages?
Nah.
Nah.
Um, in the Does Next Bit scene, like Tyrion is with he's in like, is it Daenerys just like parapet? I don't know.
Like, yeah, he's on her level. He's beside.
Yeah, he's on a level. He's sitting with her. He's not chained up or anything.
They're
so-
watching the next round of fighting or something, I think.
Yeah, and Jorah is in the pits at that time, so he's not going to get put into a cage. He's obviously being put on her council or something.
Eventually, I mean, there's some stuff might change in the middle of episode 8. Like he might be in prison at the beginning and let out towards the end.
Get him out of my sight.
Yeah. Anything else to comment on about that pretty cool little battle scene? Where Jorah just
It
wrecks
wasn't as
everyone?
bad. Like it was kind of mediocre, but it wasn't as bad as the Sand Snakes.
No,
No.
Carrie was okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I liked it. It was good. It was good.
All right, so
It wasn't
that's
really
that's
nothing
our Dorn segue, isn't it? Right there. All right.
Well, wait,
Talk
before we move on, we have to talk about Dario and Danny pillow talk.
No, we
No,
don't.
we don't.
We
We
don't.
really
There's literally
We
nothing
really
to say.
It's on the
Right.
manifest. What do you mean we don't need to talk about it? You put it on there.
I said Danny Dario Piltok is stupid. That's enough. That's
It's
all
fine.
needs to be
Stupid.
said.
Dorn.
What is on the manifest is not related to what we
It
should
does
talk
not
about.
reflect the views of the
Yeah.
So
Because-
the Trial by Podcast manifest is not related to Trial by Podcast.
Yes.
Well, it's basically my
Way to
Cancer.
go, guys. Way to go.
it's basically just my cancer. I forced it upon you. It's multiplied. It's gotten out of hand. And
yeah, I did it one week.
and then
Now
it's
doing it every week.
yeah. It's basically just me. So don't. What I say is not representative of my podcast.
Which we can all get behind, I think.
Yeah. Well, Tim just thinks what I say. Tim just thinks what I say. He doesn't say it.
It's a coward. He doesn't say it.
Tim's a coward. Tim.
What do you mean? I
failed
think
this
what you say.
Exactly.
So,
Lies.
Anyway, moving
Moving
back
on.
to King's
Let's say
Landing.
it's the reverse.
So I
King's
say it's the-
Landing.
That's why I
King's
get
Ladies
Landing.
and gentlemen, we're moving to King's Landing
King-
now.
Kings against
For a
landings.
nice bit of Elena and High Sparrow.
Governor
having a bit of
Swan.
chat about how,
Governor
being
Swan.
old sucks. Governor Swan, precisely.
Yeah,
Like,
Mrs.
being
Mrs.
honest with
Mrs.
you,
Bond. Mrs.
She
Bond.
was all like, "Oh, my knees," and she was all like, "Oh, my hips."
And it was like, lol.
Mrs.
rich
Bond
people-
would never
Rich people are gonna
complain
die.
about
Rich
her
people are gonna die.
That was an excellent scene, actually.
Yeah.
Well, not only because it has a
No,
lot
two
of-
really great actors. Yeah.
and
Yeah, wouldn't
And
fame
it-
it fun.
it reminded me that like as bad as he is, the High Sparrow is like one of the most like just honest characters in the series.
It's funny because sometimes you want to
Like,
like punch him in the face, but at other times you totally sympathize with the fact that
I know.
there are people out there that are just kind of fed up with the politics in the city and just want something else to cling to rather than just whoever is the richest and.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, like he's still like because of the laws he operates under, like the whole like anti-gay thing, like and the punishments they have, like.
Yeah, as far as I'm
I've-
concerned, he's still one of those despicable
I've seen
characters.
people like argue, and I kind of agree that Cersei's walk of shame was like really excessive for what crime she did.
Mm.
Well, no shit. It's excessive. Doesn't matter what the fuck he did.
Yeah,
It's excessive.
Yeah, but even saying that, like he is one of like the genuinely honest people in the series.
You know who else was on it?
Yeah. He's a lawful. Well, you could say lawful neutral or either lawful evil, depending on what your viewpoint is.
I'd say lawful evil, maybe.
He's definitely lawful evil.
He's a fanatic, an extremist. Like,
Yeah, I guess that is. Yeah, that's the definition
like
of lawful
he doesn't
evil.
he doesn't go against the
Fanatics.
principles at all.
You know who else was
So
on it?
he's generally he's an honest person.
Ultron.
Who else is honest?
Ultron.
Okay.
Ultron is honest.
Spend 2 minutes
Honest,
on the internet
honest
want to wipe out
Ultron.
humanity.
Pretty hardcore.
Um,
Well, yeah, that's how it goes.
and then Malcolm, do you have anything you want to say about the scene?
I agree with all of.
Did you just
your
call him
opinions with it.
Matthew?
It said Malcolm,
Oh.
I think.
I'm pretty sure you just called him Matthew.
I'll find out when I edit this and see what I said.
I heard Malcolm,
Alright, carry on.
but I felt the scene was good. I really like seeing the bits with both of them, especially him. I kind of agree that he's very, pretty much the most honest character we have gotten. That's pretty much it.
He just doesn't give a shit what people think about him. He's just like,
Yeah. He
I would
speaks
still say
truly, though, about
he's
a lot
one
of
the
things.
most despicable
Yeah.
characters.
He sticks to his principles and ideas, even if he, they have their extreme way of handling them,
You know
the
who else
punishments
did
and
that?
stuff. But
your motives aren't enough all the time. You need to be doing things the right way, not just having the right goal. Ends don't justify the means. Like,
Yeah, Hitler.
that's what.
What can he
Yeah.
what can he
Yes,
do?
darling.
the ends do justify the means.
Do they though?
No. No.
His end,
as this
his
series
end
is-
is like sexual purgatory. It's horrible.
Yeah. Continuing
Anyway.
though. Seriously.
Tom and Cersei's scene.
He's an evil person wrapping himself up in the vision of gods to excuse himself. I don't like it. Not me.
Tom and Cersei's scene. Let's go.
He just-
What?
I'm just ignoring Devon. Just ignore Devon. Keep
what,
going.
what I said there was true. Made sense.
It was.
Alright,
It was
anyway.
just really weird.
Tom and Cersei. This scene flew over my head entirely. I mean, honestly, I didn't give a shit. It failed to keep
someone
my.
who gave a shit. Maybe put
It
forward an
failed to
opinion.
maintain my interest.
I actually watched the scene.
So did I. I just can't remember anything about it because it was so boring.
Tommen cried. He got a little upset.
That's
You know,
good.
I
talking
like
about
that scene,
he
actually.
He
I
talked
like
about
that scene.
it. Showed his emotion and wanting to go and do something about Marjorie, and then he just kind of sits down and is like, "But I can't."
Yeah, but I can.
And
And,
even though he technically, I feel that he really could if he, if he felt that
He's got
emotionally
people
adamant.
with armor and swords, and
yeah,
they've
if
got
he-
robes and cudgels.
If he really felt that, emotionally
They have
adamant about
numbers, though.
doing it, he really should, try something. But instead, he just kind of, like, in the original scene where he walked up to him and then completely bitched out about, telling him to free.
Whatever. He's
Loras.
a little kid. He doesn't know any better.
Like
I think
said
if
earlier, just
any
feel-
character's actions are excusable, it's poor little
I
Tom.
thought he was supposed to be like 16 in the show, and he sounds and looks like he's 12.
Oh no, he's not 16.
He's like
The
12,
show pretty much
Yeah.
aged
14,
him up
Maybe.
I thought he was
from
like
what
14.
he is in the books. And
14,
so I
go
kind of feel
14.
that he needs to act a little bit more that rather than the book's sweet innocent that that he's portrayed as.
Mm. So, I see your point. I just don't. I think the way Dean Charles Chapman has chosen to portray Tommen as this kind of very naive. Even if he's old, he's naive because he's never needed to have
Yeah.
that weight and responsibility because Joffrey's always been above him.
Yeah,
I think the way that Dean's chosen
almost
to
been
portray
baby
him works.
up to that point.
Like, yeah, he is not. His mind is not as old as his body
I can agree.
because it's
With
never need to be. It's never needed to be.
I guess just seeing it, I just kind of want him, which I guess that's a good thing. That's how it should be. They're kind of forcing the watcher to really want him to, act and do what we feel he should do, but instead, he's, like you said and described him as, naive, young, even though he looks like he'd be older. So, I suppose that's a good thing. I guess that's something decent that they've actually written for the show. But I'm with Danzy. I like his character. Even if I'm
Tim?
a bitch smack him.
Well, I mean, shall I mention the thing I said about, just so it's an interesting
No.
point of view, about, like, him kind of being, like, Joffrey.
What
I
little
mean,
uproar that he had
yeah,
for a split second.
It seems like he said,
You
like,
can kinda
oh,
see-
like, I'll storm the South and, like, kill them all, kind of thing, and he said, he actually said, like, I am the king, kind of like in the way Joffrey did.
Didn't
and-
Cersei kind of talk him out of it? Kind of make a comment behind that?
Yeah, she was like, well, who's going to be the first person to die? It's going to be Marjorie. You fucking idiot. What are you thinking?
Poor
Then
Tom.
again, you can definitely see that's just
I just
her.
feel so sorry for poor Tommen and Marcel. I really do.
Marcella's
What's
having
wrong
a
with
grand
Marcella?
old time in a little Twilight relationship.
enjoying.
She's fine.
Aw.
She's safe and sound, except for when one-handed assholes try to come kidnap her.
Hopefully
And-
Jamie doesn't try and rape her.
Yeah.
If we make it to the end of the
Yeah.
season without Jamie raping anybody, then I'll call it a success.
I don't know. It looked like Justine was gonna have some
Yeah,
praise
really.
for a moment.
It was like, we can't. Bitch, we going over here.
What?
That's what it was last episode.
Yeah.
It was like,
It really
like
was.
Marcella was like, we can't, we're not married yet. He's like, we're going over here, baby.
It was more romanticized than perhaps
Oh.
the other.
It really wasn't.
rapier
Devin just
scenes.
hit the nail on the head.
Goddamn right I did.
All right.
Tristan didn't though.
Yeah, well, he was gonna until fucking Uncle Cockblock came in.
On that kind of. Oh wait, you should probably do the.
I'm sorry, Father
The
Cockblock.
scene with
We haven't talked about Dawn yet, have we?
yeah, but we haven't
We have
finished
finished King Landing. There's a
Yeah,
whole lot
the-
to talk about.
Cersei. One more thing was there was Cersei.
Cersei when she goes in to see Marjorie, and then when she speaks to the High Sparrow.
Cersei.
So like the scene with Marjorie was quite interesting. It was this culmination of the kind of passive aggressive like attitude they've had towards each other, and Cersei just ramping up to 11, and
Yeah.
Marjorie just snapping at the end.
Yeah, the Marjorie
that
tells
was
her.
so good though.
Marjorie
I
tells
love
her to
that
get
scene.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where
That's
Marjorie
great.
finally drops.
I like
the,
how Marjorie
the
and Loras both look like supermodels, even though they've been in prison. Like
Yeah.
Loras last episode with his awesome beard, and then, or this episode in rags and like all
I
dirty.
don't think Natalie Dormer could ever look not
Yeah.
stupidly attractive.
Well, I argue
Give
that
her
Kim
a
Jones
Ramsay,
could not look
let's find
physically
out.
stupidly
Oh.
attractive either. Let's not be gender biased.
Well, I'm
looked great with that
automatically
beard,
gender
okay?
biased by my sexuality. I can't help that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah.
like his beard.
Oh, I
He had
thought
a
it was
nice
a pretty
beard.
good beard. I thought it was a pretty good
Yeah,
beard.
Devin, thank you. Devin is secure enough in his masculinity to recognize a good beard when he sees one.
I'll agree with that third.
Sorry, I spent as I talk about wanting to see a penis. I think I'm allowed to talk
think-
again.
But look,
Like-
hey, just bringing this up really quickly and briefly. Loris's beard had nothing on Geralt's beard.
You know what?
Oh, fuck's sake,
Geralt's beard is a piece of shit. He looks like an.
I like it.
I bet you do.
Oh,
But
Renly
Laura,
had the
let's
best
move on.
beard.
Loris does have a
Trial by
Let's
beard
move on
cast.
from The Witcher. This is not a Witcher podcast.
If anybody wants to look up Rhodey from Protest the Hero, he looks like Renly. I thought it was him at first. I was like, why is this vocalist in this show? And I thought, I don't know, just listen. He's got a good beard too. And talking about good beards.
Oh, I love Renly's beard.
Talking about more good beards, Charlie Cox from Daredevil. Most attractive.
Rob Stark's beard. Rob had a nice
Rob
beard.
Stark, Rabadon, he has a beard. He's got some scruff going on him.
You know who has a shit beard?
You.
John.
Oh.
I think I'm not allowed
hate
to have a
John's
beard.
Oberyn had a nice beard.
Yeah, Oberyn had a little chin strap, didn't he? I'm
Yeah,
looking at it. I'm looking
it's
at it
good.
right
It's-
now. I'm looking
It
at
was
it
well
right now.
manicured. It was well manicured. I thought it was
Makes
alright.
sense. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
no.
Makes sense. Who else? Let's see. Yoren had a disgusting beard.
Yeah, he did.
It's pretty-
It looked like
Beards of
pubes.
Westeros.
You
It
know
looked
what?
like pubes on his face.
Let's see. Robert.
It was a pretty puby beard. Well, Robert had a great beard.
Had a
Yeah.
full,
That was
he had a
very
full beard.
manly beard.
Yeah.
Tormund has an amazing beard.
Tormund's got
Oh,
a
Tormund's beard. Yeah.
a wild scruff to him.
And let us
Continuing,
not
though.
forget Selyse Baratheon.
Oh yeah, Sleece's got a pretty good beard. She probably rules them all.
Some bitchin' moustache right there.
You know what? Davos has got a pretty solid.
Oh, nice,
Davos.
nice, yeah.
He's got the two colors going on.
Did you just say Davos?
Davos. Davos. You happy now? Phil,
Yeah.
Tim, you're an asshole.
You went a little bit Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end there.
Oh my gosh, I'm sick of
Davos!
I'm sick of Tim. Enough.
You've been sick of my shit for centuries.
Yeah, I've been sick of shit for centuries. No one would say it's the reverse.
Alright, moving
Alright,
on from the
yeah.
last scene.
His
Moving on.
beard is
Well,
brown and
We haven't
gray.
even hit Dawn
Yeah, it
yet,
looks
guys.
good.
Come on, we can do it. We
It
can
does
be
look
strong.
good. It
Well, we
does
haven't
look
talked-
good, Devin. Sorry, moving on.
We talked
The
about
last
the
scene-
I'm
last
a
Poison
scene
and
was-
the cure. The poison and the
Hey,
cure.
we're getting to
last
the
scene
good
before we
stuff.
move to Dawn. So when the High Sparrow is like, "Okay, cool, this plan's worked out pretty well, hasn't it?" And so it's like, "Yeah." And the High Sparrow just goes, you know what? There's some truth if we take away your finery." Cue Lancel's entrance.
And then Lancel's like, I'm still
We
fucking
banged.
family. Now I'm fucking them over instead of fucking them. Literally.
I like how at first she
I think we
really,
got that
you know, she
down.
just kind of kept that stare on her face. She didn't really.
Oh,
Yeah,
the last
she was
line
kinda
was
like-
so chilling though, when she got thrown in the cell. It was so good.
Yeah. Like there was the shot of her face when he says it, and like it's just it's like a good 5 seconds on her face, and her mouth just it doesn't move much, but I think it just moves from this kind of forced, like, just about a grin to just about a straight line. It's so
You know what? You know what? That straight. You know what? She whispers. That's what that movement of her lips are. That's what she says. That's it. And she gets arrested, and it was good. She threw a fit. Good times. They made threats.
Yeah, it was proper paranoid Cersei that we love to see.
I know. I was like, that's my favorite book, Cersei. Now she
You know
just
what,
needs to
though?
throw wine in somebody's face.
She didn't burn down the Tower of the Hand. 0 to 10.
Oh, whatever.
She
0 to
didn't
10.
throw wine in Kevin's face. 0 out of 10.
Well, Kevin fucked off before she had a chance.
Well, Kevin will be coming back now.
Yeah.
He's been coming back for centuries. Next.
Dorn.
Dawn.
To Dawn.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Our favourite
From the
storyline.
window to dawn.
Dorn.
Shut the fuck
What?
Dorn.
Dorn sucks. Can we just all agree that Dorn sucks?
Dorn.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
Dorn.
Yeah, it does.
For you.
Oh, sorry. Do you
Okay.
like the Sand Snakes, Tim? There you go, everybody. Tim likes the Sand Snakes.
Everyone should hate him in the comments.
Yeah,
Like you
please.
do.
Tell him he's a
Direct
bitch.
all
Well,
your
I don't
rage,
know. Like,
Tim.
there are two very good reasons to like the Sand Snakes this episode.
No, they weren't.
There was
like,
tits.
she's not that attractive.
Dorn.
Hey, look. If we put a bag on her head,
Dorn.
No, that just gets rapey.
Dorn.
not if she's consensual.
Not if she consents to the bag.
Oh my god, you guys.
You brought it up, not me. Dorn. I was gonna keep saying Dorn. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, where I can't hurt anybody over here. Dorn. Dorn.
Anyways,
Well,
it
do you
opens.
want to talk
with-
about the fucking Jamie
Dorn.
Marcella scene?
Yeah.
Jamie Marcel seems just like, you don't understand me, Dad.
You don't. You haven't been here.
You're not my father. And then she like slams the door and leaves.
You're not my real.
You've been dead to me
dad.
for centuries.
I liked how confused he
Tim,
looked. He
shut
was
the
just like,
fuck up.
what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Dorn.
Oh, did you notice that she left the door open to his room or his cell
Yeah,
room?
you just walk right out.
Yeah.
Like,
I assume Ariel Hoto like locked the door after her.
Well, hopefully.
So that went well, didn't it, buddy? Just as he locked the door.
doesn't his room have like a balcony though or something?
Yeah.
No, it's like the tower of like it's a nice cell room for like upper class prisoners. That's why Braun was in the dungeons.
I know. I was like, Braun's got a shit fucking deal here.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, he
you
gets to
say
see
that.
He gets to see the sand snakes though.
Yeah, and then he gets an anime nosebleed from looking at tits, and he
He
dies.
was losing blood from other places.
And he dies.
I was wondering, like, was the the poison designed so that it needed certain blood flow? So as soon as blood flow went to his dick, like, he started feeling the effects. Was that her master plan?
Yeah,
No.
that part of
So
the
that-
plan.
I don't think
Oh, no,
so.
but that's
I don't think it was.
That's the Dorn master plan.
Give people boners, it'll make them get poisoned.
I mean, like, cause I don't know. People have said like, oh, they actually made a like book tie-in this time because like she used the whole like seduction and poison thing.
Sort of.
Even so, like it just like didn't make it like. So did she poison him, and then just to get a compliment out of him, and then give him the antidote? Was
The
Yeah,
it-
I don't see
timing-
the point.
the
You're trying to kill
timing was
someone,
right.
and then you're gonna just, get your compliment, and then it was pointless for her to really give him the antidote.
Dorn.
Yeah, it's like you're wasting poison. Two, you're wasting antidote.
Dorn.
Exactly.
Devin, shut the fuck up.
That's all I have to say about it, really.
And all for a fucking compliment. It's like.
Dorn.
I mean, well, Danji said it best. It's like the tie-in's insecure, and she needs like people to follow this is ready.
Dorn.
Yeah.
Like,
Women, am I right?
Dorn, am I right?
So much for, great female characters in Game of Thrones. Now they're reduced to just wanting to poison people so that, they can feel good.
Or rape
Or-
victims.
Oh god.
Dorn.
oh dear. Right, that's it. That's it for episode 7.
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
Survive.
The last thing
Oh
you'll
wait,
see before.
I was just gonna say, what is this? The bitch fights escalate to throwing stew.
Oh, that was
That was
yeah, yeah,
Margaret.
no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was episode 7. It was
Wanna know what? You wanna know how this is making me feel right
Yeah.
now?
How?
Well,
All I see is a world on fire.
yeah.
Hey, guess
I
what this
mean-
means? I can return to The Witcher 3.
Yep.
Alright.
Actually, I really don't, 'cause
We have actual music as an outro, Danzy. You don't need to do this.
All right, sorry.
I have actual music as an outro.
Hey, I got it. We'll do a remix. Dorn, 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 dorn.
Just get, like,
Okay,
one
okay,
cut,
okay,
like,
Devin, we're gonna do
MLG
this right. I'm gonna
trumpets.
lay down a fat beat, and you're gonna sing the Dorn song, okay?
Okay. Dorn, dorn, da da 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 dorn, dorn.
And on that somewhat musical note,
Hey, I have a music degree. Thank you very much.
do you?
Goodbye, everyone else.
I-
Sign out yourselves.
I have been dorn.
I found that last episode very adorning.
Not to be confused with Doran, but I've been
Go to
dorn.
hell.
Some might say I've
Duran
been
Duran.
for centuries.
Okay, we should probably stop now.
Alright. I've been Earbud Ford, and
Shut the fuck up, Tim.
To me,
Right, Tim says goodbye.
Bye.
Malcolm.
Some might say I'm the
Alright, I'm Malcolm, signing off. Admin of Overrun, Rhaegar, the other 100-some pages. Bye, everyone.
I hope you enjoyed Trial by Beardcast.
Ah, yes. Renly, best beard, #1.
It's probably
R.I.P. Renly's beard.
the most.
And I don't mean Marjorie. Hi-oh.
Hi-yo!
Bye.